All right, tonight my wife asked me to make my spaghetti. The reason I call it my spaghetti is because it's not Italian. It's country boy spaghetti. Probably it doesn't have any of that basil or oregano or any of that kind of stuff in it. I don't like that stuff. So this is a country boy spaghetti, something I grew up on. Um, we never used jar sauce, didn't even know they had such a thing. So anyway, you may or may not like it. We like it. This is my version of spaghetti. We're going to start off with some olive oil in our skillet, and I've got the burner on medium high heat. I don't know, about 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And I've got my water in this pot and we're going to turn it on high to bring it to a boil, because that's where we're going to put our spaghetti. Anyway, the water for the spaghetti noodles, we're going to give it a good little couple of dashes of salt. I don't know, teaspoon and a half or so. Just make it salty. Make it taste like the ocean. So we're going to bring that up to boil, and then we'll put our noodles in there. We've got our olive oil here in the skillet heating up. I've got about a quarter of an onion chopped up here. We're going to throw that in our skillet with our olive oil. We're going to stir that around a little bit in the olive oil. And we're going to cook those onions to soften them up a little bit. You can see some of our other ingredients back here we're going to use in the meat. We're going to use this for the sauce, the Petite diced tomatoes, the tomato sauce, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and then there's going to be a few other things that go in. All right, our onions are starting to get a little soft, so I'm going to go in with some garlic now, some minced garlic. About a tablespoon worth of minced garlic. Mix that around with my onions and the olive oil. Not going to cook that long because we don't want to burn it. Just want it to get good and hot and bring out those flavors and that aroma. Now we're going to go in with our ground beef. I've got 1.5 pounds. It's still a little bit frozen in the middle. So I'm going to break it up with my fingers as much as I can, put it in here. I'll turn my heat down a little bit, down to about a medium. Chop that frozen meat up as I can. Preferably you don't want it frozen, but the time we decided we wanted spaghetti and set the meat out, we didn't have time for it to completely thaw. So no big deal. It'll thaw in this hot skillet. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt on our meat here. Salt and pepper to taste. Our water for our pasta is boiling now, so I'm going to take my spaghetti noodles. I like to break them. You don't have to. You do you. I do me. I just guesstimated on how much pasta I think I need. I'm going to stir it up a little bit so it doesn't stick together. Maybe put a little splash of olive oil in there. Now I'm going to turn my heat down so it doesn't boil over, hopefully. I'm going to put the lid on. And you boil your pasta to your desired doneness. I like mine to be pretty much done. I'm going to boil it for about 10 minutes. Go back to the meat here and stir it up and chop it up some more. It's going to be completely brown soon. I usually don't drain any grease off this meat, but I think this meat must have been pretty fatty because there's quite a bit in there, so I'm going to get some of that out. I don't want my spaghetti to be too greasy. As expensive as beef is these days, instead of buying 90-10 or 85-15, we buy the whatever's on sale, whatever's the cheapest. All right, got most of that grease out of there. So I'm gonna let this cook just a little bit more before we add our next ingredients. This left front burner on this stove doesn't work very good as far as controlling the temperature. It gets hot and turn it down, it gets hotter, and turn it down, it's still hot. So it's hard to get that one controlled. I don't like this stove. We haven't had it that long, maybe a couple of years, and I still don't like it, but we deal with it. All right, we've got our ground beef browned. So now we're going to go in with a can of our Petite diced tomatoes. Go in with a can of tomato sauce. And I'm going to go in with some Worcestershire sauce, or however you call it, Worcestershire sauce. I don't know, a couple of teaspoons, something like that. Take that lid off that pasta pot. It's just got that burner turned way down, but still so hot it's wanting to boil over. Take that lid off and see if it helps. All right. Now I'm going to grab some of the other things that go in my spaghetti. You may or may not like them. They may seem strange, but we like it. Tastes good. The battery in my microphone died, so I'm doing a voiceover here. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of chili powder here. Now I'm adding 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Give it a little shake of garlic powder. And a little shake of onion powder. Now we're going to stir that all together real good. And after it simmers for a while, we'll taste it and see if it tastes like it needs anything added to it. Over here where my sauce is, I'm going to turn that burner down on low so it'll just simmer. That was the timer for our pasta. Let's give it a try and see if it's al dente or if it's soft or needs to go some more. Pasta is pretty much al dente. So I'm going to put this lid on, take it over here to the sink and drain the water off. Give it another little taste here. Tastes pretty darn good to me right there. So what we're going to do is let it simmer just a few more minutes. Then I'll pour the sauce over there on top of the noodles in that pot. And then we're going to make some garlic breadsticks. So we like to eat garlic breadsticks with our spaghetti. All right, we're going to slide the skillet back here. Slide our pot with our noodles in it up here on this burner that's on low. And we're going to pour our meat with the sauce on top of the noodles. And of course spill a little bit. And we're going to stir our meat and sauce together with our noodles here. We're going to leave that burner on low. Put our lid back on the pot. Now we're going to get the stuff to make some quick and easy garlic breadsticks. Okay, we're going to make the garlic breadsticks now. Got a half a stick of butter that I melted in the microwave, and I got a basting brush here. I'm going to brush this on. I got 6 pieces of bread here. Use whatever kind of bread you prefer. And while we're doing this, I'm going to turn the oven on broil. All right, I used a whole half a stick of melted butter on 6 pieces of bread. Now I'm going to take some garlic salt. And I'm going to Give my bread, butter, good little sprinkling of garlic salt. Now we're going to stick our bread with the butter and the garlic into the oven, which is on broil. You need to keep an eye on them because it won't take long for it to get toasted. And you toast it to your desired doneness. I don't like for it to be completely crunchy. I like for it to still be a little bit soft in the middle, but crunchy on top. But you do you. All right, I took the garlic bread out of the oven. You can see some are toasted more than others. That's because this oven, also part of this stove, is not very good in my opinion. It gets hotter in some areas than others. I wish I could replace this thing. Garlic bread, you can leave it in those pieces if you want, or you can take something like this pizza cutter and use it to make actual sticks, garlic bread sticks. However thick, however narrow, however small, whatever you want to do. Like I say, a lot of times, unless you're baking requires precision a lot of times, but just cooking other stuff, we're not sending anybody to the moon, we're just cooking. So you do you. And now I'm going to do something, don't tell my wife. Okay, my spaghetti's been sitting over here on the burner on low, and I've turned it off now. I'm going to squeeze about a little less than a quarter cup of ketchup. You don't have to do this, but it sure does give it a help with the flavor, give it a good flavor. So I put, give or take, a quarter cup ketchup, and I'm stirring it all up. Give it a little taste here. Oh yeah, that ketchup gave it the finishing touch. Tastes just right. Time to eat. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you watch my videos. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and please share the videos with your friends. That'll help me out, and I appreciate it. Have a good week.